Would you like to know what to include in your personal budgeting plan? By the end of this video, you will know how to create your budgeting plan, how to achieve your budgeting goal, and how certain financial services can guide you through your budgeting journey. For handy personal finance tips and useful information, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified for our latest videos. I'm Dwayne, the finance strategist who has built an economic base from a grassroots level. My aim is to share my knowledge for you guys to prosper and build wealth. Step 1, we're going to call this getting started. Work out how much money you've got coming in on a monthly basis, then add up all your monthly outgoings that you've got, then subtract your monthly income by your monthly outgoings, write down that number as that's the number that we're going to actually live off temporarily. Step 2, we're going to list our outgoings by necessities only by asking ourselves one close-ended question, which is, can I live without this item or service temporarily? Yes or no? This is where we look to cancel our subscriptions, limit the takeaways, and so on and so forth. And the money saved from this exercise, we use and we put it towards our monthly income. Step 3, I'm going to call this adjust and prepare according to the month. Certain times throughout the year, our outgoings will go up and down. A lot of us are aware of this, so we need to prepare for this in order to get ahead of ourselves. When we have our particular month where our outgoings is low, we need to use that extra money to go and pay for something that we know that we're going to have to pay for later on in the year. For instance, that could be buying your Christmas presents during the summer months whilst your heating bill is low. Step 4. This is a secret weapon and a major key in succeeding with your budget. Discuss your financial goals with who you spend the most time with. That could be a friend, a family member, your partner, whoever that person is. Involve them in what you're trying to achieve. They may be able to identify weaknesses within your budgeting plan and make plans to overcome them. That person can give you structure. They can provide support and motivation. Essentially, you're choosing an accountability partner that will hold you accountable in reaching your budgeting goals. What is your approach to budgeting? Let me know in the comments below. Step 5, nothing is perfect. Embrace the imperfections. You're on a journey. You're going to make mistakes, but that's part of the process. Don't beat yourself up about it. Just fix the mistake and continue. Once you're on the journey, you're making progress. Just not at the speed that you want. The budgeting experience can be fun. It's a learning experience that you really can't lose. Look at it as your own personal development. It's a stepping stone for creating the life that you want to live. Step 6, use a budgeting app to track your progress. It's a convenient way to monitor your finances whilst on the go. Most apps have a feature whereby you receive monthly emails detailing your financial decisions, which can help you tweak and fine-tune your budget. There's an app called Emma that allows you to set your budget goals. There's also other apps in the market such as Monzo, Money Dashboard, Mint, Plum, and Starling. Step 7, have a budgeting goal in mind because you run the risk of overspending. The idea is to turn your budget into a sat-nav. And the best way to do this is to set a specific attainable goal. For example, that could be, I want to save 12k within the next 4 months, meaning all transactions within the next 4 months will determine if you reach your target of 12k. Step 8, budget extra for food. Under budgeting for food can sink your budgeting ambitions within your first month. Reason being is that when we're looking to save money, we usually look to cut our food budget first. However, if you're starting your budgeting journey, you may feel restricted by it all in the beginning. So being hungry for the sake of your budget is just discouraging and it's going to make you miserable. Budgeting extra for food is a win-win because if you don't spend that money at the end of the month, you can use that extra money to now go and treat yourself. Step 9. Open a separate account for your savings. The idea is to make it inconvenient for you to withdraw from your savings account to go and buy a non-essential item. It's a psychological trigger that gives you time to think about what you are doing. Also, another tip, if you have a card for this account, leave it at home. Also, don't download the app either. because you want to create barriers between yourself and your savings. And that could be the difference between you hitting your budgeting goals or failing. Step 10. Pick a strategy that works for you. There are 2 common budgeting strategies out there to fit your personality and goals. The first method is the 50, 30, 20% rule, whereby you allocate 50% of your budget towards your essential bills, 30% of your budget towards your wants, and 20% of your budget towards your savings. This is relatively easy to maintain and is a good way to start off your budgeting journey. However, you might need more than 20% to go towards your savings to reach your financial goals. However, spending 30% on your wants slows down your budgeting goals. The second method is called zero-based budgeting, whereby you give every pound you have a specific task. You analyze and justify every outgoing as a need and the cost associated with that need. Then you allocate your budget to that need. For example, your phone is the need and the cost associated is the phone bill. Once you've worked out the phone bill, that gets included into your budget. It takes a while to go through all your outgoings. However, you're more likely to succeed this way. If you enjoyed this episode, check out my Budgeting 101 series, click the like button, comment and subscribe.